So that's why we're using Proverbs, because we know that Proverbs, thank you, not only deals with your intellect, because you have to think about the things that are said, but it deals with your character, which is your will, your mind, you know, so it's soulistic as well. So that's where we are. So we're going to go with Proverbs 4 today. Just going to kind of start reading. I have King James Version, and Kim's going to read whichever one she likes. All right? So it says, "Hear, my children," hear as an H-E-A-R, my children, "the instruction of your father," right? "And give attention to no understanding, for I give you good doctrine. Do not forsake my law, because when I was my father's son, tender, and the only one in the sight of my mother, he also taught me and said to me, let your heart retain my words. Keep my commands and live. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Do not forget. Do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you." Sounds like chapter 3, right? Mm-hmm. "Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. But in all you're getting, get understanding. She will bring you honor, and when you, she will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory she will deliver you. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life will be many. I've taught you in the way of wisdom. I've led you in right paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered, and when you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction. Don't let it go. Keep her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away from it and pass on, for they do not sleep unless they've done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and they drink the wine of violence." Oh. I'm sorry, you want me to keep going?
You might as well finish
okay.
It. Just a couple more.
And maybe we'll read it again in the other version. But the path of the just, so we just talked about the wicked. So now it goes to verse 18, it says, "But the path of the just is like the shining sun, that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble. So my son, give attention to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life." I like that one. Say it again. Keep your heart with all diligence, your soul man, for out of it spring the issues of life. Put away from you a deceitful mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look straight ahead, and your eyelids look right before you. Ponder the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right or the left, and remove your foot from evil. So that's the fourth proverb. Whole lot of stuff in there. Good comparison between just people and good people, sound people, and evil people. Tells a little bit about their ways, but it starts out talking about that familiar verse, get wisdom, get all that stuff, but in all thy getting, get an understanding. Why in all thy getting, get an understanding? We told you about knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Well, knowledge is just information, but understanding is the ability to decipher that information. Know what it means. Know that it can be used. Give a value to it. Give a meaning to it. So that you can what? So that you can apply it. So that you can turn it into wisdom. You can't walk in wisdom unless you've first gotten understanding. Understanding is the foundation. They say, I listen to a lot of self-help books. I listen to a lot of self-development things, leadership stuff. And the one thing that I've kind of heard common that a lot of the people say, Jim Rohn, John Maxwell, the names of Stephen Covey, Miles Monroe, you know, a bunch of them. They all say things like, listen, if a millionaire made $1 million and loses it all today, they'll be upset for a minute because they lost that $1 million. But it won't be long before they'll make 2 because they know how. Once they've done it, they understand how, and they can always do it again. So that's why Proverbs is saying, in all thy getting, get an understanding. So we want to talk a little bit about some of these principles that are in chapter 4 today, and we'll probably get this done quicker and get on to the workout today. But
maybe hit a hack, give them a hack,
okay,
and let them have a break to get something to drink,
okay,
get ready for the workout.
Okay,
so lots of floor stuff today.
Yeah, so we're gonna be on the floor today, so you're gonna need your mat, you know, water, and down on the floor, and we're gonna be up and down. So it's gonna be some side-to-side movement and some floor movement today. We're doing that workout we did on Tuesday, so we're repeating that. So this week we're focusing on core, getting everybody ready for next week. So again, the principle-centered leadership life application that we have here. So I'm just going to kind of read it to you to start out. It says, leaders who plan on lasting for any sustained period of time cannot be satisfied with simply reacting to the situational culture in the arena which they lead. So in other words, I'm saying, if you want to be a leader, if you want to last in anything for any sustained period of time, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a business that you start, whether it's a job that you have, whether it's an organization that you're leading, whether it's a nonprofit, for-profit, if you want to, for any sustained period of time, be that leader. Remember, we talk about leaders, someone who influences and impacts people to move from where they are to accomplish another vision that they may not see as clear as you. If you want to be in that spot and grow for any sustained period of time, then you can't just focus on the here and now. You can't focus on the situations that are taking place right around you right now. You can't be responsive to the immediate culture, right? You have to understand the culture, and you have to work with the culture, but you have to have a foresight. You have to think ahead. Their leadership has to be based on what I wrote, timeless and universal principles. Meaning you have to understand the why behind things and what's going on. You have to see the patterns and what those patterns have been and are doing, and how can you use them to move forward or even change a process so that things can, you know, ramp up and be more effective and more productive. So leadership is not about so much focusing on what's just in arm's reach. That's part of your management responsibility portion of your leadership. The difference between a manager and a leader, I want to turn into a leadership course. But managers sustain what's there. They take the resources that they have and they sustain them so that the job that needs to get done can get done. It's a leader that says, let's do something different. Let's do something new. Let's take what we have and make it produce something different than it's already done. Managers make sure what has been done keeps getting done. Leaders make you move to the next thing, in short. So
and both are good.
Yeah.
You need them both, however, but if you want to go further, you're going to need that leader.
Right. So, and here's the deal. Leaders are managers, but managers aren't always leaders. So, you know, so you need both skill sets. You need both skill sets. And just personally in our household, there's things that I'm a good manager of and not necessarily the best leader. And there's things that Kim's a great manager of and I'm a better leader of. So you have to be able to see those things and balance back and forth. And that's a marriage talk that we could talk about at another time, right? Because you got it. There's times, you know, where she's in front and then I'm in front. And you got to be okay with that. So we got to get that whole societal man in charge head and, you know, understand what that really means, right?
Absolutely.
Wow, which ties in to get an understanding, right? So as we keep going here, it says, leaders remain relevant. Why? Because they marry or put together the cultural realities. What's real? How does this thing work, right? and they put that together with principles.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, like my kids, for instance, I would always say, but the principles, you got to look at the principles. You got to look at the pattern, what always is. Match that to what's happening, what you see, or where you want to go. So you marry those principles together with what it is you want to accomplish, or where it is that you're trying to go. So principles like this, give and it shall be given to you. Mm-hmm. So we usually say give and it shall be given to you. Mm-hmm. So we're thinking, okay, I give and something's going to be given back. It says give and it shall be given to you. So if I want friends, I need to first be friendly. Mm-hmm. If I want love, I have to give love. Mm-hmm. If I want respect, I have to give respect. What I give, it shall be given back to me. That's a principle. Mm-hmm. So if I need to establish, say I'm starting a business, and I need to establish, reputation in the workforce or in the field, mm-hmm. then what I need to do first is I need to help someone else. Right. And respect what they're doing. I need to plant those seeds, and that will be given back to me in my work. And
the benefit of it, as my verse says here, just the first one, listen, sons, to a father's instruction, pay attention, it says, and gain understanding. Yes. So you're gaining something as well. When Newt said about giving, once he gives first, it's going to be given back to him. The beauty of it is the scripture then says it's going to be pressed down, it's going to be shaken together, it's going to be running over. So there is so much more you gain out of it than you actually give.
Right, right.
Your seed can produce something greater than what you actually, what the seed would seem like the value of the seed.
Right.
So you get so much more because your willingness to follow the instructions of wisdom.
Exactly. And a good example of that is, they call it Mother Earth. Right. So when you plant a seed or some seeds, we have a garden. And when we plant our seeds and the things in the garden, or the plants, it's going to produce fruit. So we plant that little seed,
right?
And you got these plants that come out, and it's going to, like, we've already had a couple of salads, out of our garden, and there's going to be a whole lot more. So it's producing way more than what we put in the ground, right? And we can get into a talk about how women are incubators. And they produce a greater thing, and men are depositors. But that's another story at the same time. I love that example, Kim. Thank you. So Proverbs 4, what it does is, and we just talked about one principle. Mm-hmm. There's many. There's many out there. So those principles are the things that don't change. They're the foundation of what it is that you use to build whatever you're going to do next. So Proverbs encourages leaders to become principle-centered. So Proverbs is telling you, listen, understand these principles that are in place in the universe, that they're godly principles. It's things he set in place and set in motion, starting from Genesis 1. Mm-hmm. When he stepped out, said, let there be light, so get out my way, and spoke a thing. And the thing began, and then he examined it, looked at it, understood it, put it in place, and then said it's good. So all these principles, we're being taught from the beginning, so we're supposed to apply those same principles in our work, right?
Good morning. I see you all coming on. I want to acknowledge you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So Proverbs 4 especially encourages us to use those principles to be principle-centered in our leadership. And remember, leadership, we're all leaders in some area of our lives, right? And then in verses 20 through 27, right, it teaches us what those principles do. Yeah. So in particular, and I'm going to focus on these 4 verses, 3 verses, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So it's 4 verses. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times in church, we talk about godly principles and godly word and what God says to do, but we don't say what it is. Mm-hmm. So in verses 24 through 27, Solomon lists some principles for you. Mm-hmm. So we're going to read them to you, and those are things you can apply to your life. And then we're going to tell you what tools. There's 3 tools that the principles in those 4 verses he mentioned, you can put in place. You can understand those principles and use those tools in everything that you do. Mm-hmm. So you can be more productive, more intentional. You can be a meaningful, specific, and not a wandering generality, as Zig Ziglar or Jim Rohn, one of those guys, says. So I'm going to read 24 through 27 to you in this verse. So it says, listen, here's the first principle. The first thing that works in everything you do. Put away from you deceitful mouth. Wow. And put perverse lips far from you. So what you speak cannot be deceitful. It has to be honest. It has to be true. Why? Because there's power, the power of life and death is in our tongue. So what we speak is what we grow, is what we give life to.
My version calls it corrupt talk from your lips. So things that cause some type of corruption, either, well, in that person's life that you're speaking against, as well as yours, because it's coming out of your mouth. Right.
So that's like the A part of that. Here's the B part. What you speak is what's coming out of your, it's not what's coming into a man, but what comes out of a man that defiles him, right? So what you speak is already in your heart.
Yeah, it's already there.
Right? So when it's saying put that away from your mouth, it doesn't mean just don't speak it. It means don't think it. Train yourself to be different so you say a different thing. That's a principle. Can you see that?
And that can be difficult.
Right.
Can be very difficult.
Right. That's why self-work's the best work. So first thing, put away, like literally take it and put away on purpose deceitful or corrupt things from your mouth so that you're thinking, acting, and being different from the inside out. From the inside. Just listen to that song, right? Here's the second principle. Let, that means get out of your own way. Let means something's holding it back. Yeah. And the only thing, since it's talking about your eyes, you're the one holding it back. So get out your own way. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Right? And your eyelids look right before you.
Yes. Fix your gaze.
So the principle is what? Focus. Pick a thing, know where you're going, and the principle is don't look away. When I speak to young people, I say pick a spot on the wall. Pick that spot on the wall, and you don't look to the left, you don't look to the right, you just keep moving towards that spot. If something happens and things get rough, then here's what you do. You just mark time, but you keep looking at that spot. You deal with whatever you need to deal with, but you keep looking at that spot. If you have to look away to deal with a thing, then you look down, but you look back up. You keep your eyes focused.
Set your destination.
Yes. Is that what yours says?
No.
Okay.
That's just what I'm saying.
So the second principle, focus, straight ahead. Pick a thing. Don't wander back and forth. Don't pick up many gigantic tasks that have nothing to do with each other. You have to be mission driven. That's good. Everything needs to fall in the same category. You need to be intelligent with your time. We do several things, Kim and I, between, work and in our ministries and our gifts and our talents. What we do is we synergize them. So if I'm doing one thing, it probably has something to do, well, not probably, it's going to have something to do with something else I'm doing. Right. And if someone asks me to do something, as honorable as that thing may be, if it's not in my wheel, if it's not in my realm where I can handle, it's not on my table, it's way over there, then I can't do it.
And you have to train yourself to do that. Yes. Because we've made many mistakes by thinking it's wrong to say no. Right. Well, it's not wrong to say no. Right. Because what was it, the first or the second day when we talked about anything outside of God's plan is a snare. Right. Remember that? Right. Right. Anything outside of God's plan. Anything is a snare. So that's even if you have a good heart to do it.
Right. Ooh, that's real good. That's real good. That's real good. Because that's what we fought with a lot for many years. We were doing everyone else's stuff. Now here we are, 55, 56. Yeah. And our field, we're still pulling weeds out our field so we can plant seeds. Right. So anyway, another story for another time.
Wisdom would have helped us. Right. Had we listened when she was crying in the streets.
We think we help him.
Yeah.
But you got to help you. But anyway, so put away that deceitful mouth. So what's in your inside, change what's in the inside. So what you're saying, you're giving life to, and it's good and it's solid stuff. Second thing is focus. Yes. Have a mission, focus, work towards that. Here's the next principle is saying, ponder the path of your feet and let all your ways be established. So that's really related to that second one, right? So know your path. Pay attention to where you're going. Don't make moves haphazardly. It's telling you all those things like that. Let your path be established. Be intentional, not wandering, not just going over here to help that and going over here to help that. It has to be an intentional path. These are principles.
Yes, watch where you're going mindset.
These are
Stick
principles.
to the path of truth.
Yes.
The road will be safe and smooth before you if you do.
Right. And understanding that on that path, it may be a mountain. It may be a little trail that's hard and steep for you to go up. Don't change your path. That's part of your path. It has to be established. Understanding that, okay? So that's the third principle. Deceitful mouth, look straight ahead, know your path, stick to that path. Don't take somebody else's because it's popular or because they want you to, you know, or because it seems nice, you know.
Or you're trying to be nice.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right. James Brown says, the way I like it is the way it is. He worried about it. I'm worried about mine. He got his, you know. So he got to, you know, get up. Get on up. Right. And the last principle, before we tell you these 3 tools you can use to apply these principles and why those tools are important, is we said it again, don't turn to the right or to the left.
Don't be sidetracked for even a moment.
Right. And the reason why that is not just so you can accomplish that goal, but so that you don't fall to evil.
Yes. All detours lead to darkness, according to mine.
Yes.
They lead to darkness.
Yes.
The reasons because you have left off the path that God has laid for you.
Right.
It leads to destruction and darkness.
So I think that we need to kind of explain that when they're speaking about evil in here, they're not just speaking about the things that we measure as good and bad in our society.
Right.
You know, so evil is anything that takes you away from your purpose.
Yes.
What you've been formed and formulated to do, because now what it's saying is you're not doing what God put you here to do, so your piece of the puzzle is not being used properly, and that's evil.
Takes you off of your Jeremiah 11, is it 11?
1 and 5. Right.
1 and 5, but then there's, what's the other one too?
Hebrews.
No, it's another Jeremiah one too. Jeremiah has like
29:11.
29:11.
The thoughts I have for you.
Yes, it takes you off of the thoughts that God has for you.
Right.
So you have to be so careful.
Right. And that's evil. Because now you're not accomplishing what God put you here to accomplish. So anyway, those are the 4 principles. So we want to give you 3 tools. The reason why those principles are purposeful, we got to go quickly. So the first one is that those things that we just read to you, they're a guide. And here, what they do is they highlight the right path for you, and they help you stay on it.
Because you can see it.
Right. When you do these things that we just read, it helps you stay on that path.
Yes.
And it helps you see what the path is. So that's the first tool. That's why these things are important. It was the second one.
Second one is they are a guard. They create a force field that keeps our hearts and bodies protected.
Exactly. Doing these things. Puts a force field around you.
Yes.
Because I'm not over there. I'm not over there. They're guarding me. So we think of them as restrictions. They're not restrictions.
No, they're not.
They're actually unlimiters. They're moving. You're doing the things you need to do so all the stuff's out the way so you can shoot forward.
Yeah. Yes. Then the third one, they are engaged. When headed, heated, is that what you're saying? Heated. They enable us to evaluate where we are.
Right. So meaning they're engaged, meaning they're activated. They're active. They're things that we put in place. And what it's saying is, listen, when we listen to these things, when we listen to these things that we said.
What happened?
Hit the exit.
There we go. Oh, sorry, Joe.
When we listen to those things, thought we just went offline.
No.
Right? When we listen to those principles that we just talked about, right, here's what happens. They're now activated in our life.
Right.
And what they do is they allow us to evaluate ourselves. I think we talked about it either day 2 or whatever. We talked about the difference between evaluation and analysis and all those things. So evaluate means I get to test myself. I get to listen to and hear myself and know whether what I'm doing is working or not. If it's working, then I keep doing it. If not, then I don't. I try something else. So that's what we are. Hopefully you grab something out of that one. We will post the life application in the Facebook group a little later. But we're a little bit moving. I know you might not be able to see my whole face, but I want you to see my feet. So let's bring it on up to a jog. Bring it on up to a jog. So it might be a low jog for you if you're low. If you're a little better, then push yourself a little bit. Get your knees up just a little more. I want you to be able to see my feet too. So when I'm doing my jog, I like to flex my feet. So I'm feeling in my shins. I keep my arms at a 90, my body erect, my chin kind of tucked so I'm not lurching forward, right?
And if you need the low impact, you don't have to jog. You can just walk fast, which I should be doing the low impact.
There you go. So now just kick it out. Just kick it out nice and low. Shake your arms. So we want to focus on keeping your shoulders loose and down and your neck long. Don't turtleneck and don't lunge. Turtleneck, lunge, and hunch are all bad. So we're going to now reach to the side. So the side you reach, see my toes going out? I want you to exaggerate with that toe, to twist that hip and engage that core. So I'm stretching out like I'm reaching something off the shelf. Right? Breathe. Get your body warmed up. So try not to lunge too far forward on this part. I want you to stay a little more erect so you can get that lat stretched out. So now we're going to bring it down, right? So I want you to get your hands like this. Now you're kind of using those legs. Side to side. Side to side. If you're real good, you can touch the floor. Keep it up or touch the floor, either one. Side to side. I want you to engage that booty. You get them thighs working. When you do like this, you got to keep your core ready. Right? 2, 1. We're going now. Lift our knees. Give your hands. Give your knees a target. Just give them a target. Keep your hands there. Don't bring your hands to your knees. Bring your knees to your hands. Whatever your ability is, you can only go low. Go low. You can go high. Go high. You can go super high. You can go super high. But you're getting your body warmed up. So I know on my live, you can't see my face. You don't need to see my ugly mug. You just need to see. So now we're going to take that target and bring the knee across. So sometimes it's hard for me. I start to move my hands. Keep your hands still and bring your knee over. These are the toughest for me. My lower back, my core, lower back, real stiff. Hip flexors get weak easy. So this is tough for me, especially my left leg. So, but I keep doing it. Now we're going to do the same thing. Bring your hands out to the side.
For those of you who have problems with your hips, just do your foot.
So one of the things you want to focus on this is not to push your body over. I want you to focus on lifting your knees, using your core. Try to keep your center as much as possible. Now we're going to turn it. Now bring it over. Same thing. So you're eating, your knees aren't out now, they're more to the forward. We're going across and twisting your body. So you're putting the two together that we just did. Knees across and twisting the body. Keep your chest up so you don't hurt your back. Every time you lift, you're tightening that core. Core work today, you guys. Might burn a little before it's over. Go back to where we started. Give your knees a target. Straight up and down. I'm breathing already. Good gracious.
You're going so fast.
You don't have to go as fast as me. Go with your pace. Right? Good job. Good job. So we're already in the workout. We're already working core and warming up at the same time.
Woo.
That's how you do it, baby. Effective time, okay? Come across, remember? So we're doing this twice. Bring them across. You're going for the height, go for the height. You can only go low, go low. But give your hand, give your knees a target. Push a little more than we did on Tuesday. So it's up to you. You gotta listen to your body. If you need to take a knee,
walk it out.
And then jump back in. Get it? Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong. You're engaged. Knees out. Bring them up to your elbows as much as you can. Right? That's it. That's it. So we want to focus on that core. I'll only get my heart rate up. So I'm going a little further, a little faster. This is all oblique work. You're going to feel it in your hip flexors. Now turn it.
Doesn't it help your arms as well?
Yeah, your shoulders. So the thing with getting fit at 50, over 50,
you want to pick moves that work more than one thing at the same time. We don't have time to waste. So whenever I even do resistance, I do it in a cardio pace. You know, I lower the weights so I can lift faster and take less rest. You ready? Let's hit the floor, you guys. Bend this down so you can see me.
Towards you.
Just regular, you can see me. Regular, what do you call these crunches? Hands behind your head. You're not lifting your neck with your hands. You're keeping your neck in place. You're using your core to lift yourself up. We're going to do 2 rounds of this, right? You're looking at a spot on the wall, and you're going towards it. Now, some people can go up higher. Some people can just go low. That's okay. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to pick an elbow that's on the floor. Try to touch this elbow to the other knee, right? Now, don't bring your elbow. When you do it, I don't want you to see your elbow. I want you to keep the elbow out of your peripheral. And you're thinking about lifting and twisting at the same time. Now, we'll ramp this exercise up as we go throughout our weeks. But right now, just keep that one elbow on the side. You're doing one side at a time.
You keep your core tight. Oh, one side.
One side at a time. We'll come back and hit the other side next time. We're going to do 2 rounds. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the hands, put them by your ears, just on the side of your head, elbows pointing straight up, and like you want to touch your knees with them. Right? Again, you're not curving your body so much as you are kind of looking up and engaging that core. You're only curving the core. Whoops. Suck your chin into your chest so you don't work your neck too much. Should be burning now. Make sure you go all the way down, all the way up. Ready? We're going to intense it a little more. Bring that leg up. I'm sorry, side to side. So the same thing.
Oh, okay.
With your
up the side. Okay. Is this the same side or the opposite?
side you're going to. So opposite side. There you go. And keep that other elbow on the floor. Just makes it just a little more intense.
Ooh, it sure does.
Keep going. We're almost there. Keep that knee at a 45. Good job. I mean, a 90. Good job. Almost done. Almost done this one. You need to take a break, and jump back in. If not, just keep moving. You should feel that in the oblique, the side, that your leg is up off the ground. Let's get up. We're going to do knee thrust. Getting up and getting down is tough for the brother. So, getting that one foot, kind of facing out at 45, your body at about a 30 to 45 degree angle. Can't really see me on mine. Oh, I need to lift it up. Just going to do knee thrust. So you're bringing your hands out and your knees up. We lost some time, so we need to kind of do a little further. It took me a little time to go in between. So you want to bring that knee up at least to where that other knee is. I like to get it up higher, waist high. 1. We're going to bring it up to the other side. Same thing. 45. Trying to keep those hips. There you go. So your body facing at a 45 and your hips aren't as angled. It's because you want to engage all this in here. There you go. It's too hard for you. Just keep your hands still. Now you're going to feel that in your front thigh. You're going to feel that in your booty.
That one.
And you're going to feel that in your core. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's face this way. Right? Right leg forward. And we're going to a kick. So turn, kick. Hey, man, hands up. Remember, your hands are your weight. That's good. Use your body as the weight. So I want you to turn your whole body. Try to keep your body erect. And use your legs for your base. So don't lean forward because it's going to stretch your back when you kick. So I want you to keep that body erect, bring it around square, using that core. Every time you bring that foot up, you're using that core, right? So some people can go high.
All right.
So every time you bring it up, that core is engaged. Bring it up, that core is engaged. It's about twisting and bring it up. For this one, we're turning our whole body, shoulders and everything. So you kick at your level. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now side kick, let's face the other way. If you need a chair, you can get one.
Or use the wall.
I'm gonna use the wall. So you want to keep that leg up. Kick. 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 So you got weight in your back leg, right?
Oh, wow. Is there
So
a version?
you don't want to turn it in.
Another version of that?
So the version is put your leg down.
Okay.
Bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it up.
Mine is low impact, guys, because I have a situation with my hip.
Yeah.
So those of you with low impact, you don't want to harm that area.
Switch sides. Get that foot up and down. I don't have great balance. If you have great balance, you can hold your hands up and do it. I don't have great balance, so I put a chair here. In this case, I have a wall behind me. So when I'm keeping that weight in that back leg, 3, 2, 1, let's go to a soccer kick. Same thing. This way. Right leg forward. You pretend it's a ball on the ground, and you're going to kick from the ground. Hands up, kick. Now let's keep your chest high. There you go. The body erect. So elbows kind of more to the front and in your core. So you engage that core. Make sure you use that core right there. Right there. There you go. Kicking it from the ground. Kicking it from the ground. This one's not a front kick like that. This is a swing kick. Bring that whole thing up. Lower half. That's it. All right. I forgot to do the other side. Let's just do this one. Swing it out. Ready? Swing it out. Swing it out. Now be careful with your groin muscle.
So hold that core tight.
Yeah, hold the core tight. And twist that whole body. That's it. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Let's get about 15 seconds of these hip raises in. Hit the deck. Right? Get your legs up in the air. Straight up. Hands on the flat. And you're just going to lift your butt off the ground. Try to get your head on the ground. Just lift your butt. That's it. That's it. These are tough. You want to try to keep your legs as straight as you can. Whoa. I like to point my heels to the heaven and do it. I try not to rock too much, but there's going to be some rock. I feel it in my triceps too. Because for some reason I push down. 3, 2, 1. Stay on your back. Right? We want to bring our knees in. Bring them in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. So you can keep them low if you had a good strong back. Lower back, if not, then go high. You want to keep that lower back on the ground. Keep that lower back on the ground. Some people put their hands under their butt.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That works for you.
That
Some people sit up
secure something
and do it. However you're doing it, keeping their hands in front. Some people put their hands up and do it. Either way, keep moving them in and out. Ready? Let's move to the next exercise. Put those feet up in the air, hands up. So we're going to reach to our toes. So reach up to those toes, bring it down. Reach up, bring it down, all the way down, all the way down. Up as high as you can go. Down and up. That's right. Move at your pace. But make sure you touch your shoulders all the way to the ground before bringing them back up. Get full extension there. That's good. Hands up, feet up. Try to keep those feet straight up. As you go, they're going to want to drift down. Keep them straight up. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Sit up for a second. Reset your core. All right, bring it back down. And leg lifts. Legs as straight as you can. And lift them up and down.
I have to do one at a time on this, guys.
There you go. There you go.
If you have issues with lower back or hip, your leg lift can be one at a time. Tighten your core while you're doing it.
Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. Good job. Good job. Come on up on your feet. Feet. This one here, we want to get our obliques involved. And it's a front to back twist. So Kim will show you a modified move. Get yourself together and you just back, front.
So your step,
back.
step, 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 step. Make sure your core is nice and tight as you're making that shifted step. For those of you who don't need that modified, just hop. It's almost like the reverse.
3, 2, 1.
That's one.
Face forward. Now we're going to do what I call the curtsy. So just bring your leg back. There you go. So you're going to feel this in your leg and in your core. Keep your body erect. Keep those elbows. There you go. Good job.
Tight.
Bring it back and over. Back and over. That's it. That's it. You can get real low. Get real low. Engage that leg. Whatever you can do. All right. We're going to do the switch drills. So get that right leg forward. We're just switching our feet, trying to keep our body as front as possible. So trying to keep my shoulders to the front.
We do the same thing that we did before. I need to learn how to keep my shoulders to the front though. I'm not sure if I'm doing that correctly.
The more you keep your shoulders to the front, the more you engage your core. If you can't, then don't. Work up to it. Do your best and forget the rest, baby. That's it. We're moving. 3, 2, 1. You got the wacky jacks, so same size, same leg. You can either do it like that, or you can pick it up. 3, 2, 1. This time, left leg forward. I'm sorry. Square, we're going to do front to back the other way this time.
Okay.
So, if you turned left to right last time, now you turn it right to left. There you go. Good work. Some of them look good. Some of them look ugly. Just keep moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to our curtsy. All right, you're breathing. You're breathing. Curtsy. Don't lunge your neck. You want to look maybe 10, 15 feet out on the ground. See that? I'm looking there. You're keeping all this in neutral spine. You're not doing this.
Sorry, babe.
Sorry. There you go. If you can go faster, go faster. But don't hurt yourself. Ready? This time, left leg forward. And whichever forward was last time. Body square, and you're switching your feet. You can go as fast or as slow as it matters to you.
Hold your core tight. Keep your body erect. Try to keep that shoulder, bring that shoulder to the front. Please shift.
You're twisting the lower half of your body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to wacky jacks. Ready to go. Hey. Hey. Looks funny. Get those knees out. You're in here. You're feeling it. I am. My little handles.
If you need to modify it, just do your legs and bend your upper body to the opposite side.
Crush them obliques.
Take a break.
Crush them obliques. Hey. 3, 2, 1. Back to the floor. Back to the floor. I don't think you see me.
Yeah.
This time, we're just lifting those legs. Feet together, knees wide. Hip rock and raise. Hip rock and raise. If you can't raise, just rock. If you can only do one leg, do one leg. Butt off the floor if you can. At the end, 3, 2, 1. Now we're doing roll-ups. Same thing. Your hands go forward. You don't take your hands over your head. They stay straight up and down, straight up. Bring yourself up, touch your knees. Your hands never go past your forehead. That's it. That's it. This is where I gotta focus on the spot so I don't get dizzy. Something about that.
Hold your core nice and tight when you're doing it so you don't hurt yourself.
We're going into leg climbs next. 3, 2, 1. One leg up, one leg bent on the ground, right? You're going up to touch your knee. So some of you are going to be able to go straight to your knee. If not, same leg, same arm, same leg, climb up your knee.
Oh, that's a good one.
Either way.
Let me turn this way.
That's your modified.
Modified version, climb the knee.
3, 2, 1, switch legs. Bring it up. That's good. That's good. Climb it if you have to. Same arm, same leg. So if your left leg is what's up, you start climbing with your left arm. If you can't climb, put your hands on your knee and keep it there. That's actually harder for me, but keep that spot on the wall, looking straight up. It's not about your neck and your head, it's about your core, your abs.
Woo!
3, 2, 1, good job. Good job.
Felt that. You should have felt that for real.
You're going to really feel this one.
Uh-oh.
Get your body in a C sit, right? Hands out in front, and just lift your legs.
Okay.
So one leg at a time. If you need to modify, you're just lifting your knees. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up. You even use your core to get up. Now we're doing ski abs or ski side. So it's like left, center, right. Well, left, center, right. You can jump or you can step.
Oh, step to them. Step
Either one works for you.
I need to do the heels.
It's like heel toe, I guess.
Yeah.
Ready? Heisman. 3 types. Low Heisman. So you're getting your knees in the core spot, head, chest up. You bring that knee up, striking the pose. Wilbur Montgomery style for you Eagles fans back in the day. That's what my high school football coach said.
Was that the one whose picture had that?
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. I didn't know what that was.
Montgomery style.
Wow.
Strike the pose, baby. Same thing. We're going to bring the hands up, right? Standing up. Boom. Same thing. Strike the pose, but hands up, man. That's it. That's it. Keep it moving. Work that core. Work that cardio. Feel a little sweaty. If you get sore, stop for one and catch it on the other one. Keep it moving, baby. 3, 2, 1. Make it even harder. Get your hands straight up if you can. Bring your hands down. All the way up, all the way down. That's it. Make sure you don't lunge that neck. Your head and eyes in neutral spine. You're looking out about 20 feet ahead of you towards the ground. That's right. Keep them up. If you're good, you can pause it at the top. If you're good, you pause it at the top. Squeeze that core. All right, let's go back to this. Left center, right center. Hey, ski ass. On the ski trip. Coming down the hill. I ain't never been skiing. I'm just pretending what it's like. You gotta go around the little bumps. Hey, if you're good, you can go fast.
Like your head, babe. They just put in this new system in our house.
All right.
Things are so different now.
Back to Montgomery style. Get it low. Strike the pose, baby. Prime time. Woo.
Prime time.
Hey. Looking pretty now. You want to keep that back straight. See my back? You're not hunching your back here. Keeping it straight. Chest up. You're looking out. Right? Hey. Hey. Medium Heisman. Get them here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. All about that core. The more that you erect that core and lift from your core, the better it's doing. Right? Now you're working your heart here too. And because your hands are up, you're working your shoulders too. Because you're twisting, you're keeping your spine healthy. Right? Head neutral spine. Let's go to the big one. Hands all the way up. That's right. That's right. Bring it down. Get them knees up. My left knee's the tough one. So I do it all the way up, all the way down. 3, 2, 1. Going back to the floor, you guys. Back to the floor. Bicycle. Bicycle. I know we're probably over our time.
But for those of you, if you need to go, you know,
you can go.
Take your breathers and have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful day.
Follow the principles.
So the deal here is keep your lower back on the floor, right? You are moving your whole upper core, shoulder, not just your elbows, but your shoulders. Switch it from side to side. 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to go to our side. Lay on your side, right? Hope you can see me. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to crush that oblique. I'm going to keep it up high for you. So you're just, I'm sorry, put your arm all the way down. Just lift up. There you go. So your body's like at a 30-degree angle, and you're just lifting, trying to touch that elbow like you want to try to touch to your hip. Oblique. Oblique. We're going to switch sides. Ready? Arm all the way down. Lift it up. You can put your arm down or you can put it out, whatever works for you. You can put it low. You can stretch it high. Hopefully you can see me. I didn't move the camera down. I apologize. That means I got to get on the floor so you can see me. There you go.
Oh.
You just using that.
Felt that.
You feel that in your obliques. You're going to feel that all the way in your obliques. Just burn it out. When it burns too much, stop. You jump back in. You ready? We're going to get in C-sit position. C-sit position with your feet on the floor, heels up, right? And you're just going to touch the floor. So when you do this one, you guys, I want you to twist your shoulder. Think about twisting your shoulder, not just your hands. Let's not do anything. Get back. Twist your shoulder. So you engage those obliques. That's it. Good job, good job, good job. If you're still with me. Now, hands up, legs up, just clap under your legs. I know a lot of you are going, we're over our time. I got carried away during the Proverbs 4. But if you can hold your body at that 45, head and eyes in the same spot, just clapping under your legs. If you can't do it, bring it up, bring it back. Hold. That little rest resets you. You'll be surprised. Keep them shoulders and neck long, right? We're going back to the twist. We're about to bring it home, you guys. About to bring it home. About to bring it home. Again, chest high, twisting the shoulders and hands, the whole piece there. Good job. Good job. Almost done. Almost done. Almost done. I'm feeling it in my upper abs. I'm feeling it in my obliques. Keep the shoulders long. Keep the shoulders long. 3, 2, 1. Back to the clapper if you can. No rest if you can handle it. If you cannot go with no rest, then take the rest. Bring it up. Bring them back. My wife's looking at me because we're over time. We said if you need to go, then just go. Ready? Last move. What I want you to do, bring your legs up. Crunch it up, right? Bring them down. Crunch it up. Bring it down. All the way down. Crunch it up. Woo. This is your finisher. This is your finisher. All the way up and down. So you bring your chest and your shoulders and your heels up. Like you're trying to make yourself a ball. 4, 3, hold it. Hold it up. Hold it up. 3, hold it up. 2, 1, let it down. Relax your body. Gotta go, you guys. Turn it over. Get yourself in all fours. Right, we're gonna do cat-cow stretch. So your hands are right under your shoulders, right? Your feet are just a little under shoulder width wide. Your head and spine is neutral spine. Head, neck is neutral spine. You're looking straight at the floor. What I want you to do is I want you to take a deep breath in, right? And try to lift up, try to look up, to arch your back up. Call it cow. Now breathe out, bring your head down and your back up. You just work that spine. So you got to be nice to it. Go back up. Inhale. Ooh. Exhale. Keep your shoulders long, neck long. Do not turtleneck go this way. Up one more time. All right, now I want you to put your hands just a little farther out in front of you. Push your butt back into what's called child pose. You're going to feel that in your lower back. You're going to feel that in your lats. Sit there for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. One last movement. You can keep your hands where you are. Come up on your feet. It's called downward dog. Stick your butt in the air. For those that are real good flexible with their shoulders, get your shoulders out in front. There you go. So you're going to feel this in your calves, your hamstrings, your lower back, and I feel it in my upper back. Walk your hands to your feet. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can. Now you're stretching those hamstrings. We're going to bring ourselves up with this slow at the count of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Tighten your butt. 5. Tighten your butt. You can get out your lower back. 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And thank God for another day. The ability to move, live, and have your being today. Command the day. So that wherever you go, things have to get out your way. And you'll affect people in a positive way. I promise I will not go this long ever again. Make it a great day or not, you guys. The choice is always yours.
Follow wisdom.